Looking up Pictland, I came across this person here, Fiona Jane. She was explaining that she'd gone to this remote museum up in the Highlands, and obviously it's all to do with Pictland, which I've just been talking about on a video. Anyway, so now this church has become a museum for it, and they know that they found stuff in the graveyard, but it's a working graveyard, so they can't dig it up. There's things in there they'd like to dig up, but it's still a working graveyard, so they can't dig that up. Anyway, this is her video. She's explaining, and she's just talking about the museum and a bit about the people, and then she goes into the cellar. Look at that on the wall. Me and Stan were talking about that. Lovely Stan. Anyway, for this video, let's move on. That's what it is another church was built on top, but that's still very, very old. But this wall is the oldest. It's part of the original church, and look what it's got in it. Look at the symbol they're using, and this is one of the oldest churches in this country. I just can't work it all out. It's most bizarre, because I'm going to play a bit of Stan's Hangout in a minute, because I'm not disputing this lady. She doesn't even mention that symbol, but she is saying that they are saying that this wall is very, very old with that symbol in it. You'll have to listen again to what me and Stan said. On the Hangout, part of that Hangout I re-put out of him and me. It's about 1 year and 3 months ago that we actually had the Hangout. But he was talking about those symbols on our Hangout, and now she's going to show one in this church.
This is actually the original end wall of the original church, and you can see up here, these are windows, and it's just with the sand blowing up from the beach that the level has obviously risen up. The really cool thing about this is it's one of the oldest in Britain.
And there it is. There's that symbol. Twice, I think, or she's just blown that one up. There's that symbol in the wall. And this is one of the oldest churches. Anyway, on to mine and Stan's video, because maybe it helps just a little bit more. But this is put in the oldest church in England. Sorry, Scotland. Listen to us, mine and Stan's Hangout. It explains a bit more.
So if I put this on as well, this is what I was saying about it's all hidden. I think I'll put this on. So these are all the images around the world in the buildings, and look, there's graveyards and everything, but that is showing you the sky and how it works. It's the sky clock.
Oh wow.
It's in everything. It's it's like it's as if it's been put in all these things, so it's not forgotten yet. Somehow people have still forgotten.
So basically, we just don't think.
We just look at it as nothing. Yeah, These things do have meanings.
Sad, isn't it, that we don't, maybe today people might have moved on a bit, not been so interested, but it would have been nice to have had the choice, wouldn't it? That's what's missing. Because they're not putting one, no one can put things together unless people like you stumble upon them or are clever enough to realise. Most people just look at it and see numbers or figures and whatever. Fascinating, but that'll be it. But yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, you have got to look at everything twice and look at it with open eyes, not just with a quick brief look. You just still some of these I don't understand these symbols. Some of them I look at and go, oh yeah, that's sun, moon, star, whatever. I look at them and can know what they are, but some of them it's just like, don't know what that means.
It's a bit annoying because we don't we won't know how old they are. You know, like, is that 100 years, 200 years, 400 years, thousands of years? Because we don't know what they've done to us and what they've done about our history and how much they've lied.
I don't think it's that. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Everything is just a lie. That's all I know. Like there's truth hidden in the lies. But most of it's lies.
A lot of them have got that P in it, haven't they? Like a P.
Mm.
Do you know what that is, or you don't know what that is? Right there, it keeps coming up.
I've
There.
No, I have written stuff down, but I haven't got it all.
There you go, there it is again.
But yeah, like people need to look at all this stuff. You know, look, that's everywhere.
And this is on buildings or churches or both?
It's on every like it can be on anything. It seems like it's hidden everywhere.
Sometimes I think about it, and I think with all this hidden stuff, I just think it makes it worse, because it just makes it worse for me, because it's like spooky, it's all spooky. There's all this stuff that we don't.
There's another thing hidden here in the video. You see my cursor?
Yeah.
That's the 24-hour sun in the background that no one looks at. The sky. Look, there's a picture of the 24-hour sun in the background that no one even sees.
Yeah, we're not very good at. It's almost like we're blind, isn't it?
It's like you're blinded to the thing that's right in front of you. Like, you need to look around and just stop and pause things and just go, right, let's just have a look at that again.
But you know what, if you have to say you come across someone that you don't know, like a stranger right now, and you try and explain all this, they'll think we're crazy. But you're telling the truth, even if we don't understand it all. But it's because it's been so covered over that when you try and tell someone the truth, it sounds crazy. It does. To what we've been taught, I mean. Yeah.
You're taught the sun, the moon, the stars, everything goes around the earth, and the earth's a spinning ball. Yeah, that's half lie, innit, and half sort of true. Like, the sky is a globe. It appears as a globe, and it goes around you. It doesn't go around the earth. I've not seen any evidence for the sun going around the earth. I just see it going around us.
How many years have you been a researcher now, Stan?
About 5 years. I've been looking into this. I've always had interests in things like puzzling, things that were puzzles, and always drawn to a quest or two, and this was just like the biggest quest of all.
I think the bit of a shock is that it's a bit like when we talk about it, there are pyramids all over the world, like in America, here, there. It's the same thing with I call everything Tartaria, because that's where all the hidden stuff is. But if you go to America, they've got buildings like we have, like they have, and there's a lot of like this kind of mosque, like they've got the Brighton Dome, which is sort of, they haven't painted. If they painted it like the Moscow building, everybody'd realise that it looks so like a Moscow building, but because they just put lights on it, everybody just thinks, it looks like it's a palace. They don't think, but you see, they just mask everything or don't put it in its true light, and it's just incredible what we've missed.
Hey, I'm back with the lovely Amy. Lovely Amy.
Hello, lovely Karen.
Yes, we were looking up this. So, Amy, what's your reasoning to this then?
Well, when the early church would have been all Catholic, and I know Catholic just meant universal, so like that's what all of the Christians were. But then eventually the Catholics and the Greeks broke, like the Roman Catholic Church, the Greeks broke away from the Roman Catholic Church because they didn't want to be.
Oh, is that the same time when the Tsar of Russia is making the churches up in Russia, do you think, Amy?
Oh, I'm not sure. I can't remember what era it was, but I thought it was pretty early on in the history of the church, but I'm not sure.
Anyway, thanks for saying that, Amy. Because what it is that they were pagan buildings, then they were Catholic buildings, then they were Protestant buildings. Because I forget that, because we had Catholic here before Protestant. It's all just a bit bizarre. Anyway, we listened to that lovely part of that hangout with Stan, lovely Stan, and I think there's going to be a picture or something just after me speaking.
Catholic Answers. To explain and defend the faith, visit us online at Catholic.com. What does the symbol of the P with an X through the bottom of it mean? Question. What does the symbol of the P with an X through the bottom of it mean? Answer. You are speaking of the Chi-Rho monogram. Though the two letters look like P and X in the English alphabet, they are actually Chi looks like X, and Rho looks like P from the Greek alphabet. They also happen to be the first two letters of Christ in Greek Christos. Hence the Chi-Rho monogram is used as a symbol of Christ, Christianity, and Christians.